Welcome back for the first session after lunch here at Global Time Attack GTA Finals Day 2. We have Group 4, Session 7 going on. Group 4, Session 7. If you're a little bit quick with the eyes, you'll notice that usually Group 1 goes out. But after lunch, at the end of the day, we swap it. It's going to go 4, 3, 2, 1 twice in a row for the end of the day.
And just so you know, looks like we got Burton and Arito at their fastest lap of the day so far. Their previous best was a 158.8, and now they're at a 158.6, dropping 2/10 already after lunch. Must have been a light one, Cuban.
Well, that or, they just decided to send it. It's the end of the day, right?
Hey,
lunch isn't for racers. Racers don't get lunch.
It's true. They need to work through it, prepare, keep that weight down. There's only one thing they should be doing during lunch. Getting a load off.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's try and drop as much as possible.
Weight is a huge factor here at Global Time Attack. We always try to keep it as low as possible.
It's for competitors, not announcers. You've put on the pounds since you were racing.
Yeah, see? I don't need to worry about it anymore.
That father life.
Got Joel Renteria, so he's now running a 205. He was at a 203, so he's still going a little off his pace. I think he's got to get in the game and get it going faster.
I think with these final sessions, these are just going to be the Hail Mary laps for most of these competitors, right?
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
We've lost a couple of fast cars. I know that the team with Ben Dankers and that beautiful orange Evo, they sheared the harmonic balancer off of the vehicle, so that is gone. It's a high quality piece too. It's not like they're getting cheap on anything. It's just the harmonics on that car are ridiculous. I know that we have Tom Tank's car on the trailer after that off. I know Sun Vo, since his 54, he said there was more in it, but talking to him on lunch, he actually bent one of the rear control arms. Oh. When he hit the brakes last time into Sunset, when he hit the brakes last time in a bus stop, the whole car turned.
Oh, wow.
So they found a bent rear control arm on that car. This is what happens in two-day events. People really want to push hard in the early sessions, and this is where you find the failures, and we've always said that failures on vehicles, not on drivers. Come on now.
Yeah.
We've always said that there is no failure as a driver. They're all learning experiences. You can't win if you've never lost, right? It's kind of like the theory of why there's no participation trophies in real sports. You cannot win if you've never lost. You cannot win if you've never felt what it's like to get second. These people who are pushing hard, they all deserve a win in their books. It's just sometimes the luck wasn't on their side.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like Stephen Ellis. He is now done for the day with that airbag deployment. And his car essentially had a weird issue where it sounds like the airbag on the A-pillar, it started falling off. It pulled on it, and that's what set the airbag off. And I think we'll have an interview with him later to get some information on that. Got Brett Nicoletti. He's running a 214.2. His best so far this weekend is a 214.1. So he's knocking on that door. He's trying his best. He's trying out all sorts of different things, though.
Well, Brett's a non-modifier, right? His car has been the same car the whole time. He just comes to GTA Finals because he loves the series. He's been supporting it since his first chance with his dog car. If you don't know what his dog car is, he had a dog named Rooney. The car was called Rooney Speed. It was a Mazda Speed 3 with a picture of his dog on the side. Actually, pretty cool livery if you think about it.
I agree. It was a pretty neat little car, neat livery, great guy. Got Edward Maciato here in his Toyota GR86. Talked to him earlier today. He's never been on these tires before, never been on 220 treadwear. He has done a sub 2-minute lap in his GR86 previously, but unable to crack that barrier on the 220 treadwear tires. It really shows how important those tires are and why it's important to have them on the right car.
Same reason why we have obviously tire rules. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
200 treadwear classes might as well be slicks, but anytime you get past 200, 220 is just there's so many brands out there. You know, you can go 220 to 500 on street cars. The higher the tread wear, the longer it lasts. Usually, the better the fuel economy, also because it's less resistance.
Yep. Grip is resistance.
The lower the tread wear, the more performance it is. The less fuel economy, the more resistance while driving. We are in a track, you know, so we're trying to have as much grip as possible for within the rule allotment.
Yeah, I was very interested to talk to him and find out, you know, one of the other things that happened to him is, you know, he had a bucket seat, but per the rules, he did not have a bar to connect his harnesses to, so he ended up having to pull that bucket seat because in a safety environment, the angle of attack that the seatbelts had would have actually caused him more damage than good. So the excellent staff at GTA told him that he had to remove that and go back to a stock seat.
It is rough to be doing tech. Tech is something that I have been taking care of with these guys for quite a few seasons now. And it does suck when you know someone put all the effort in possible that they thought they did, and you have to tell them you need to take that out or you can't run. Truth is, when you have more than a 15-degree angle of deflection with your harnesses, you're going to cause personal injury. When you have the harnesses coming off the seats and then they're mounted to the ground beneath you, behind you, think about it this way. You get into an accident, the harnesses will hold you in, and if it's mounted down, it's compressing your spine.
Exactly.
Is it really worth, you know, causing yourself a lifelong injury because you didn't want to do that one extra step? And we don't blame him. He didn't know. The 3-point is safer. Everyone tries to argue that the harnesses are safer than the 3-point, but they're not. The car and seat belt are developed together for that 5-star crash test rating, you know? We do not know better than the manufacturer in this scenario. So if you ever want to compete with us, or even if you want to know the proper way to actually install harnesses both on shoulders and lap belts and anti-submarine belts, you go to globaltimeattack.com/rules and you can actually read our safety minimums. It has nice diagrams and everything needed to know how to properly mount and how to properly put your harness on the harness bar, because as I'm sure Mark knows, the amount of competitors that we have to tell to fix the wrap on their harnesses is also off the charts.
Absolutely. And while we were talking about that, Edward has improved his best lap time from a 2:06.7 to a 2:06.1. Dropped a good half a second. Good job by him. Seeing a beautiful shot of sunset there. Nice out to inside, hit that apex, get to the outside again, and onto throttle. Joel Renteria getting his laps in, making sure he understands his track.
Good driver. I mean, really good dude. SoCal native, I believe. He's been tracking for quite some time, so he's really just been comfortable in class, and there's just a lot of competition here. People out here are pushing hard and setting cars up specifically for this event, so you have to come as prepared as possible for what you're doing in your class.
Just keep in mind, he is from El Paso, Texas.
Like I said, native to Coda, where I saw him last. Really good dude, and yeah, he's a really, really nice guy. I talked to him between lunch, and I've had many conversations with him and all the Type R folk because, you know, I am a fanboy. I'm a Honda guy, so I like to talk to my guys.
Hello everybody, back at Buttonwillow. My name's Raina Menz, and this is Steven, who just had some unfortunate luck. Tell us a little bit about what happened over on the track.
So as I was coming into turn 2, I was carrying a little bit more min speed because I changed my braking point, and turned the car in, carried speed through. Car felt great, got on the throttle. As soon as I got on the throttle, the A-pillar came loose, and because I was pulling so much force to the outside of the car, the A-pillar came loose and pulled the airbag deploy tab, and that's what deployed all the airbags.
That sounds terrifying. Did you jump at all? Or?
No, it just kind of, you just hear, if you have your helmet and your visor down, it just feels like a pop, and and as soon as it happened, the car went into limp mode. I was like, mother.
Well, we're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you get the idea. But yeah. So
what are you gonna do to come back? Are you gonna be able to get back on the track today?
Oh yeah, we already pulled all of it out. I've got all the fuses pulled out, so I'll be back out there for the last session.
Excellent. Love to hear it. Going faster and stronger, I hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for the insight. We look forward to seeing you go faster this time.
Oh, hopefully I can get it done.
That's some commitment right there, I'm not going to lie. Going out there knowing that your airbags had gone off and just pulling all the fuses out and saying, we're going to send it again. Hopefully whatever limp mode it's in is something that's easy to clear. He had his hazards on the whole time, but anyone that's been in an accident with airbag deployment knows that your hazards are pretty much automatically on any newer car after an airbag deploys. So pretty good, pretty committed, super stoked to hear it. He obviously loves his car. He loves out here tracking, so we'll see him back out there next time. I believe he's a Group 3 car, so he may be going out next session, if not, or next group. If not, he's a Group 2 car, so we'll see him back out there. Group 3, Session 7. This is Group 3, Session 7, the second session here. The second group here in this run group. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 and 1 being the faster cars. We have had quite a bit of attrition so far. Vehicles with some small failures, other vehicles with some bigger failures. We don't know what we're going to see towards the end of the day, but we do know we've had some good lap times today. We've had a couple of enthusiast records fall. I believe the car leading the field is an EV. It's going to be a Tesla #1 if we don't get somebody out there running faster lap times. But honestly, that in itself has been impressive. We do have Jeffrey Ting and Jonathan Wheeler both on track right now. It looks like there is actually a cone sitting on the inside of bus stop. So somebody must have gone really deep on the inside because that cone is way inside to show where there's a big divot.
And let's bring some excitement here because Ting just did a 1:53.9.
5.2. It's a good lap time. That's fast. 1:53 Enthusiast front-wheel drive, new record. That is flying.
That is absolutely flying. Now the question is Wheeler going to be able to answer back? Is he going to be able to have anything against that time to try to recap and take the entire enthusiast class?
I don't think so.
He just jumped every last bit of bus.
I was about to say, now with lines like that, absolutely not. There's Will Dries sending it at 8 million miles an hour through bus stop.
It is absolutely astounding how fast Will goes through that corner. After that amazing run, Ting's in. His guys are taking a look at the tire pressures, getting everything set up. He might be able to go out and have another crack at it. He's going to be in a situation where he's going to probably have about 5 minutes left, so he should be able to go out, get a warm-up lap, and then get it in. Yeah, Wheeler went out and he did a 154.8, not good enough to match Team's 153.9. Yeah, and it sucks too. He doesn't have a team to kind of notify him, so he's probably looking at his times going, oh, this is looking really, really good. One thing you can't say about David Otto is he does not do a consistent lap time. He has just done 3 2-minute laps in a row, although he still has not been able to best his best lap time of a 158, so he's still cracking down trying to get that 158. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a big thing. I mean, especially in a Miata, when you're talking about such low horsepower numbers, you're really looking at a situation that you really need to have the optimum conditions. Now, granted, he does have a K24 in that car, so it is a little bit different. He's got the reliability of Honda power to him, but definitely a situation where he's going to want it to be the cooler session than this to run his optimal time. Ain't that the truth? And just to give you an idea about what makes Jeffrey Ting so successful, so he's got a team of an Axis core team comprised of 3 members: himself, Eric C, and Matt Fan. So Eric actually just started as a data and system engineer at a little team you might know of, Flying Lizard. So basically, these guys have been helping support him and help him get into a position that he can get this car going as fast as possible, which is why you see him at a 1:53.952.
Does look like this session is coming to an end. This is Group 3, Session 7. Jeffrey Ting with his fastest lap of the event, guys. A 1:53.952. 1:53.952. Jonathan Wheeler with a 1:54.851. And Anthony Pearson with a 1:55.332. Fastest 3 of this session. I believe we have Raina down there with a gentleman named Rigo driving a Subaru. So as soon as we get down to her, you guys will know what's going on with him.
Now here with Rigo Carrera, who's actually done for the day. Tell us a little bit about that last session, how you're feeling about your time today.
I'm feeling good. I wish I could have gone faster. My last session was a little bit rough. Did go off track a couple times, but it's just pushing the car, pushing to its limits. That's what you got to do. It's bound to happen, but just got to keep pushing it.
You said it was over here on one of these hills, right? What happened? How'd you go off track?
Went off track on Phil Hill, and I got some advice by the Boss Racing guys, and they just said send it. I was like, all right, and I sent it a little bit too hard, but the car's okay. It's all that matters. I'm okay. It's all that matters.
Absolutely, and from what I've heard, if you don't send it, and if you don't go off track at least once on this track, you're not doing it.
You're not trying. If you're not going off track, you're not pushing your limits. But got a strong car built here, Regal Build Garage, and we're just going to continue coming out to these events and try to get better.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. So did it do what you needed it to do this weekend, or are there going to be changes, modifications for next time?
Definitely changes. We had trouble with some codes, so we're just going to go back to shop, revise, look all over the car, and then hopefully come back stronger for sure with better, faster times and a faster car. So I'm excited to do that.
Love to hear it. Well, we look forward to you being back at these events, and I know that you said you have a great time here. So Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, guys.
For those of you wondering, that is track and safety picking up a cone that was in bus stop. Now, funny enough, the cone was actually forcing people to jump bus stop properly. It's may have been a blessing in disguise for some of these drivers, because I did see a few cleaner bus stop lines through a few of them. But at the end of the day, you never want a cone in the middle of the track. Something like a small cone on its side can completely rip the front end off of a vehicle. As someone who has hit a cone at speed and seen the thousands of dollars of damage it can cause, that's the last thing you want to happen to your track car.
Oh God, yes. The cones can wreak havoc on your car. Just ask any autocrosser. Just ask any autocrosser.
You can also wreak havoc to your lap times as an autocrosser. That's 1 second a cone there, Mark.
That's true statement.
Oh man, that would have been. as I am.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU. The performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
And we're here with Craig and checking out the Tesla with the tire warmers on. How'd everything go today? How are you feeling about your next session?
I feel pretty good. This morning we shaved a second and some change off from yesterday, so we got about 143 in there, and we were just waiting for them to sweep the track to get another chance. And of course, I'm gonna go out there with my all and see what we could do.
Go and knock it out with the only EV in the competition.
That's true. Yeah, that's awesome. You know, EVs are just a different flavor, and it's great to be out here, but I appreciate everyone out here. And I mean, that's the grassroots of where it all began, is combustion vehicles, and I appreciate and respect every person out here. And
so how do the tire warmers help your performance out there right now?
Right now, because we only do one lap, we have to optimize everything. And we only, you know, we need to get the heat just perfect, both in the car and the thermals and in the tires. And so if I just do a warm-up lap, the tires aren't up to temp without warmers. So that's why we use them. But conditions are optimal, car's optimal, and we're ready to roll.
That's all that matters. Well, good luck on your next session, and we look forward to seeing it.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Just a friendly reminder, if you are packing up the lead, please return to transponder. If you are packing up the lead, do not forget to return to transponder.
Now here with Ryan Novak, who has been in this game for a very long time. How does it feel driving your own car in the race?
Okay, I guess. I usually never drive my cars. I always built them and had people drive them. And now, you know, family's getting a little older, so now I got a little bit more time to do things the way I want to. And so I came on out, and here I am.
Yeah, and how does it feel having your family out here to watch you race?
Cool, I guess. I mean, they usually always came. Today I just brought my son, or this weekend I brought my son, so he's out here hustling Gatorade or something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's having fun, so. And I get to concentrate on my own thing, so it's been pretty good.
And how does it feel not being the oldest person here because JC is here?
Well, JC's always been the oldest, no matter what, but that's cool. We're just like, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and I don't really bring anything fast. I'm just driving my car that when everything breaks down, I bring this car out and just give it some laps.
So what does the future hold for Novak Racing?
Who knows? I have no idea. Maybe as my kids get older, I'll get a little bit more hardcore into it, but as of now, I'm just kind of on cruise control.
Do you think they'll race as well?
I have no idea. Probably my son for sure, but won't know until he's a little older. He doesn't really like to help with preparing the car, you know.
Well, hopefully we do get a generational Novak.
It's possible. There'll be one, but it may not be racing.
We'll see. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. We love seeing you on the track. Love having you at these events.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks so much.
All right, so here are our standings in Enthusiast class. We have Jeffrey Ting with a 153.952 class, as well as setting new records. Jonathan Wheeler setting a record in rear-wheel drive Enthusiast class with a 154.851. And we got Christopher Rosales with a 155.179. That rounds out our top three. Street class, Thomas Smith rocking it with number one spot with a 148.119. And we got Gerald Natividad with a 150.345. And then we got the Hung Brothers with a 151.071.
It's pretty impressive what the Wong brothers are doing. Mike Reyes, obviously, you got to give him some love because he's a couple thousandths basically off of third place right now.
With a stock turbo.
And Lawrence, Lou, and Man Chan are just behind him. If these guys still are going to run today, we may see this one trickle in a different direction. But Thomas Smith wanted to be in the 49s, and he's in the 48s, low 48s. So this is absolutely a great day for him.
All right, limited class. We got Clayton Yates topping the charts with a Chevy Corvette Z06 with a 145.833. And then we got Will Wantano Curry and Gerald Utico.
I would just say Will Watanabe-Wankiri. Gerald Utatko. Okay, see, this is the problem with trying to pronounce them too many times.
Yeah.
Sitting in second place with a 45.996, and George Zhao with a 46.938.
In that beautiful R.
It's an R8.
R8, yeah. My brain went to R32s and all the other weird things. It's an R8. Simple, easy R8 with holes cut in it that I am proud to say that he did.
Obviously, we won't see Ben Dankers back out. He is already heading home right now. He sheared off the harmonic balancer of his vehicle. And then Jason Chin is still here, so if he could pick up some time, he has a chance to pick up fourth. But it does look like 1 through 3 is pretty locked in for this event. It looked like Ben Dankers was the one that had the best chance to knock George Zhao off.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Steven Trawick. He tried his best. He was working on his car all day and night trying to get that car ready to go. Just had too many issues from the practice days and was unable to get the car ready to rock. All right, here's our unlimited class. It's been pretty stagnant from the very beginning, but Craig Coker has got the top spot right now with a 143.229. And then we got Bailey Woods in his low-power BMW with a 145.756, which is very, very impressive.
300 something horsepower in that car, 45,756. That looks good. And Ryan Radushel with a 147,957. To be for 1-3, 43 to 47, I mean, these times are fast. It is the downside of having such incredibly fast records that you want to see every year have a time in the 30s. But as someone who's done a 41 yourself, was it a 40? It was a 41?
41.
As someone who's done a 41 yourself, even hitting 40 is an astronomical jump.
It truly
From
is.
2 to 55 is, I'm going to tell you right now, going from 2 to 50 is easier than going from 40 to 39 or 41 to 39. It's just, it's incredible the things that have to line up here to make that happen. And there's a reason why there's so few laps in those time frames, you know. And Will did a great job. Will actually was really smart. He came on a Pro-Am weekend where it was a 2-day event, and he tracked it here the day before to test. He gave himself 3 days to set the record, and he did. And it's, I mean, there's nothing there you cannot take away from the man for doing that. He did the work. He put in the effort. And if he had reset the record at the track day before, it wouldn't matter because you have to be in competition for any record to stand.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Tom Tang there. He also did a tremendous job with a 150. All right, Pro Comp, JC Monet with a 149.721, Riley Stair with a 153.834, and Brian Navarra with a 154.719. We also got Kyle Phillips heading up the back with a 203.
Yeah, he was doing a 204 earlier. He picked up another second, and like we said, we know that he's been running out of tires. So mad respect to him and everything that he's gotten done. This is the end of Group 2, Session 7. We're about to have Group 1, Session 7 lining up. These are the faster Delta cars, but with so many already broken, I'm sure it's going to be another session of just a few cars out trying to set a flyer. No one's saying that it's not going to change the standings, though, so make sure you keep an eye on it.
Yeah, a big thing here with this session here is this is one of the hottest sessions of the day. So my expectation is we're going to see a lot of laps where they'll come out, they'll get some checks on the car, they'll get some checks on the tires, and they'll probably go park it and wait for that last session of the day to try to get the money session. And here's the rest of our schedule for today.
This is going to be final session 7. So at 2 o'clock, it'll be Hot Pit Auto Fest. That'll be the drift. Then 2:30 to 3:45, we'll have another GTA, our final session. From 3:45 to 4, which is not on here, we added this there. It will be a Hot Pit Auto Fest, their final drift session. That'll give something going on while we're setting up the Podium award show here. So once again, we're going to go from 2 to 2:30 will be Hot Pit Auto Fest. Then from 2:30 to 3:45, that is the final session 8 for groups 4 to 1. It does go 4, 3, 2, 1, so remember that if you're trying to catch a specific driver. Hot Pit Auto Fest from 3:45 to 4 o'clock one more time, and then GTA Finals Award Show here, the 19th annual Global Time Attack Finals here at Buttonwillow Raceway Park.
And make sure to check out our sponsors today with Yokohama Tires, Link ECU, Garrett Turbos, and CSF Cooling and Rev Media.
once again, on purpose, you guys want to line up a little bit early so we can get you some extra time on the track.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU. The performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Are you ready? Because I am.
Right? Yeah.
Here we are back at Global Time Attack GTA Finals 19th annual final session. This is Group 4 out on track. Group 4 out for their final session of the event. Mark was looking through all the classes right now and what it's looking like. So Mark, why don't you show people or tell people where we are as far as standings go, who's close, what podiums are locked in, and what we plan on seeing.
All right, so what we got in Unlimited class. So it looks like Craig Coker does have a pretty solid lock on that first place in Unlimited class, which will be very interesting with the first EV in first place in overall. Now, what we do have is Bailey Woods, who is only a 10th up on Clayton Yates. So Clayton Yates definitely has a lot to go here so he can get a second place in Unlimited class. With that, though, Will Wonton Curry, he's right on his tail with another 10th down. So you're talking about 2 tenths between second, third, and fourth. That is very close in that class.
No, it's looking pretty good out there, and honestly, like you said, we have a lot of tight places here. So I'll talk about limited. Ben Danker's gone, obviously, sheared off his harmonic balancer. Tim Shepner needs to pick up a skosh over a second, not even 1.1, like 1.01 would do it for him, you know? So let's see if Tim can pick up a little bit over a second to get on the podium. This is, of course, hoping that George Zhao doesn't pick up more time himself.
Yeah, and also Jason Chin in that Porsche GT3, there's always an option for him to move up as well. In street class, it looks like Thomas Smith is leading the charge there with a 148.1 with Jarrell at a 150.3. We do have the two brothers in their BMW M3 at a 151.0. Right behind him, we have another Toyota Supra ran by Mike Reyes in a 51.0 as well. There's just 100th separating that third and fourth place. Again, street class is very tight from third all the way down to 8th. Anybody's game there to get that last podium spot. A real tight nail biter there. In enthusiast class, it's again Jeffrey Ting. He's really done a number on that with a 153.9. He is driving stellarly. And Jonathan Wheeler, he's closing in on him, but it looked like Jeffrey had an answer for everything that he had thrown at him. So Christopher Rosales, He's at a 155.1. He's wrapping up in third place, and after that, it's about a 5-second gap, or 8-second gap. So it looks like that's going to probably be our top three. Let's see if they can battle it out, and let's see if they can flip that around a little bit.
No, I agree. It's some tight places. Other people just going for personal bests. Obviously, nothing wrong with that. Overall, these drivers are out here trying to compete and trying to get the best that they can. I think the coolest part is the car you see going through Riverside right now. I'm not sure if that's actually him, but I always thought that was the green FRS for a second. That gentleman that we saw the airbag deployment on, he got that fixed. If you saw him in the interview, he was actually saying how he literally just cut those out, removed all of the fuses themselves that are holding them in place, and he's ready to go back out on track. So not too much of a shocker to him. It does suck. Obviously, car goes in a limp mode right when those things pop, so he was just stuck between a rock and a hard place. But it's good to see him back out here before the day's over.
And just a quick correction. So top three in an unlimited class: Craig Coker, Bailey Woods, and I really want to give a shout out to Ryan Radicella. We'll go with it. In the Mazda Miata, it did light on fire earlier, so he won't be putting any other laps in. It did blow 2 solid holes in that block.
Pretty good. 2 holes. 2 is always better than 1. And when you're using American power, the American way is better. That's pretty wild, to be honest with you. I'm sure it was 1 that turned into 2 very quickly. But that's what happens when you get oil, any kind of oil saturation. And that Miata did have a splitter. I promise you it had an under tray of sorts underneath the motor, which is just sitting there to catch oil. I mean, we've seen competitors catch on fire going down the back straight and lose their brakes because of the roaring heat from the fire. It happens very quickly, and you have to give him all the respect in the world to put 2 holes in his block and not oil down the track.
Yeah, I actually got to watch the in-car video. It was pretty impressive. He did a upshift, I believe, to, it looked like 4th gear, pulled that 4th gear lever, and it just let loose. It was actually a pretty big fire that kind of let loose in that thing, which is a huge, impressive feat.
To be honest, it's pretty common when you see cars on fire from inside the car. It seems like a crazy roaring fire no matter what, because you're in a confined area, right? No matter what you're doing, you're sitting in a driver's seat, harnessed up. I've been harping on safety for forever, especially in these streams, but think about it. You are strapped into a death machine, right? You're sitting in a very uncomfortable seat. Let's not lie to each other. Comfortable for what we're doing, but it's not. It's not your dad's recliner comfortable.
Wish I had that Barcalounger.
So you're sitting in a seat that's purpose for 1. You have a roll cage around you. You have door bars in a lot of these higher class cars. You have a steering wheel, and you're hoping for some kind of fire extinguisher. So with all of that going on, it's pretty wild to think how quickly it can turn on you like that. And when it does turn on you, you just have to use your instincts and jump and do what takes to be done.
Yeah, it was really impressive to watch his video. He actually did have a slight issue as he went to get out. So, interesting situation where his Hans device actually got caught up, and he had to aggressively get rid of that. So, yeah, Miata is not an easy car to get out of, and especially for someone of my size, it is not a fun car. So it was definitely a situation where he was trying to get out of that car as quickly as possible, and he did a great job in doing so. So the one thing we talked about during the event was the difficulty getting that hood open. So that was a little bit difficult for the fire safety guys. So that's something he'll be looking at in the future. We have Stephen Ellis, again, the comeback story after the airbag pop. He's
fastest of the session, too. This is the gentleman we were just talking about, 202.888. I mean, I'm sure it's a little nerve-wracking. Your airbag's just popped. I'm not saying it takes away your confidence in the car, but it just kind of get with you a little bit, right? It pokes you in the head a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else. That was a pretty instantaneous hit that randomly happened. So, as he stated, and as me and him talked, he said, this is just another opportunity for him to modify the car and make it faster. I mean, realistically, we should be looking at weight saving, so he should be going faster.
Well, in theory, here's the problem, right? You need everything in front of your B pillar to be legal in street.
That is true.
But we'll get into that later. I don't see him really breaking any records right now, and it's just great to see him back out there. He will have to replace components if he wants to stay in street class. But what we are going to do now is we're going to jump down to Raina. She's speaking, I believe, with Clayton Yates in that limited class Z06 Corvette.
Here with Clayton Yates, who is the driver of the Corvette Z06. How are you feeling?
Good, good. I mean, the car's working really well. The track was great this morning. I had my fast lap yesterday. This morning I was just trying to back it up. Had a little bit different setup, so the car wasn't as fast, but my suspension set up by Pro Parts USA, Jeff Wong, it worked amazing. G-Lock brakes worked phenomenal. Couldn't ask for more. The car is great.
I love to hear it. So how are you feeling about your last session? I did see that you were doing something with the tires, right?
Yeah, I put the fast tires on from yesterday that I ran, so we'll try those again, see if I can get into the 44s. Right now I'm a 45, so we'll see. Shooting
Well,
for
I
it.
like the goal. Are we going to be seeing you next year at COTA?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, can't wait to get back to COTA. Yep.
Heck yes, absolutely. So I'm glad to hear that you're feeling confident. Is there anything that you feel that needs to improve to get to that 44 today?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do. I'm on stock power, stock C7 Z06. It could use more power, more aero. I'm very limited on the stuff I've done to the car. So once I do more to the car, I think it'll be a lot quicker, but I'd like to do it the way it is. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Well, I hoped for you to do that. I'm hoping for the 44 for you. And we're saying good luck and thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's a pleasure being here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And what he's going to learn is with that Z06, it does come with a fantastic LT4. We'll get back to that in a second. Quick little off and bus stop. Is that your boy Brett Nicoletti? Have you been giving him more advice on how to drive, bud?
Yeah, I told him to go faster, and I think he's trying.
He's taking that Subaru line. So back to Mr. Yates. So with the Z06, obviously factory supercharged car. So it's very easy. I know he wants to hit the number with stock power. Mad respect to him. You gotta give love, but we're not here for points. We're not here to say my fastest time on stock power. I want to see winners, and for him it's very simple because he can just throw some pulleys at it, upper lower headers. He does, obviously it's push rod V8 cam it blah blah, but upper and lower pulley headers and a retune, he's going to pick up 80 plus horsepower, and that alone could get him in where he needs to be.
I think he might be wishing he already did that pulley, because with as close as Will is to him right now, a 10th off, he's going to really need that 44 to stay ahead of Will. Will is a fierce competitor. He's not going to come out and not lay down a lap. I expect Will to increase and better this time that he has currently at a 1:45.9, and that's really going to put Clayton Yates in the hot seat. So he better come out and bring his A game on this last session. Hopefully he has a new set of tires that he can throw on this Z06 and really throw it down.
I agree 100%, and he's been doing a great job. He's been competing in that car for a little bit, and he's obviously has no problem wheeling it around. I think he's finally at a point where he's talking about the car's power because he's reached the limit of said power. 575 is incredible. You hear us talking about this E36 BMW running 40.
Yeah, the big difference there is huge amount of weight differential.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have this, I apologize, I was trying not to cough at the fans there. I have this E36 low weight car to begin with, stripped, single seat, etc., running these laps, and then you have a C7 Z06, which is over 3,000 pounds, and it has a whole bunch of stuff on it that he can't just necessarily remove. Those cars are very ECU dependent. What I mean that is, it's ECU, body control module, etc., and they all work together. You remove too many things and it doesn't work right. You actually have to run the tire sizes front to rear within an inch of the factory reverse stagger, or the traction control freaks out. If you don't have factory wheel pressure sensors, the traction control freaks out. There's a lot about newer cars that are negatives to some people.
Absolutely.
So with him, he's finally reached a point where the power isn't where it needs to be anymore, and the good thing for him is the moon is available with those cars. Obviously it's not an LS, it's an LT, it's new platforms, and in the early years there wasn't that much development, but as of now they're to the moon once again. So whatever he's trying to make power wise, it's ready for him as soon as he's ready to get it.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see when he does that, what kind of lap times he can then produce. We are checkered flag on the final group. of the final session of Group 4.
The first group of the final session is what Mark is trying to say.
One of those
he's
things.
gonna figure out how to use his words before this event's over. Maybe he might remember the things he's trying to say too. This is Group 4, Session 8. Once again, Group 4, Session 8. We have 3 more run groups left. It's going to go 3-2-1, boys and girls, as I'm sure you figured it out, as you're much smarter than the gentleman next to me. So this is Group 4, Session 8. They're being checkered. These are the final flyers. These laps do count, but everything after does not.
Now here with Brett Nicoletti, who just came off the track. How are you feeling?
Okay, tired, hot, dusty.
Yeah, I know you said earlier, your earlier session, you were not a happy man. So how do you feel after that
Oh,
last?
I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Much better
Much
now.
better, yeah. Just wish I was faster, that's all.
So what was your mindset going into today?
Just have fun. I know I'm not the fastest. Have a good time. GTA is awesome. Everybody's like amazing, so it's a good time. That's the way I treat it.
Did you feel like that you made an improvement from yesterday to today?
A little bit, but not over my personal best here. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I'll get better.
Got you. What was it that was holding you back?
3 years of not being on a racetrack. Probably practice.
And how's it feel to be back? Did you do any training during that time?
Nah, relearning the lines, just getting familiar with the car again on the racetrack, learning my braking points again. But it was just a good time. It's always fun.
Gotcha. Well, we will see you soon, and we look forward to seeing you at more of these events.
Oh, thank you. Good.
I think so.
And she's yelling.
Oh my God, that was.
And it looks like we have Anthony Pearson, Jeffrey Ting, Christopher Rosellas, Jonathan Wheeler, Corey Kreider, and
Jonathan Wheeler and Jeffrey Ting both resetting records. Jeffrey Ting owning the class right now, being fastest on track. But it does look like this gentleman right here is trying to reset the Enthusiast front-wheel drive record again. A little off there, but not too bad.
ooh, there's a close hot lap from Ting there. A 153.9. That's another stellar lap for him. Really showing what that car can do. A little bit off of what he ran previously. He ran a 153.95 earlier. So he's right there. 155.5 for Wheeler. He just could not catch Ting. It's really impressive to see Ting there with a 153 with Wheeler with a 155. That is a huge gap right there, a second and a half. Really showing the front wheel drive crowd what's up.
Jeff in the 53s again, so he's obviously found his groove. This is where he lives, and that's good. I mean, finding somewhere and being consistent, being there. Sometimes we see things like hero laps that just don't get matched, but it's very obvious that Jeff has hit this number in practice before, and he was just working his way back to it.
Yeah, that's just stellar. That's stellar. That's actually super impressive. He's right there at that other time he ran in the other session. I'll be very interested to see if he can kind of come and back that up and maybe improve. I definitely think Wheeler's going to need to get in the game here and really give us a nice push lap. Anthony Pearson's heading back out. He just came through the hop hits, probably making some adjustments. Let's see if he can get that time down from a 1:54.0. Jeffrey Ting in the pits. He's pulled into the hot pit, and they're going to go check out those tire pressures. Let's hope that they can make some sweet adjustments to that car so we can get out there and run an even faster lap time. Let's let him reset his record for the third time today. Looks like Jonathan Wheeler's pulling off. So it looks like he will not be going after the overall enthusiast class record. We got Pearson coming in, going through bus stop. Going into Riverside. He's pushing hard. He's still trying. Last session of the day for him, so he's going to see what he can get.
Here with George Zhao, now talking about his car. How have you been doing today?
Not as good as yesterday.
Really? What happened? What changed?
Yesterday, first session in the morning, I have a fresh set of tires. And today, I just don't have good tires.
It's just not working, not today?
So yesterday morning was really cool. The air was cool. Everybody was setting PBs, going fast. And this morning, I have mismatched front and rear. And the grip level on the rear is just not matching the front. That's why I'm not going fast today.
Well, at least you know the problem, so you're able to kind of fix your driving or fix the way that you need to, operate. Mm-hmm. So is there anything, do you have another session today? Have you finished today, or are you going back on the track?
Not yet. So group 1 is going to go out last, and I'm going to go out one more time. Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you feeling confident in your ability, for that last session, or what do you think? Do you think it's just going to be the same as this morning?
I highly doubt if anybody would go faster, just because of the condition of the track and the temperature. But yeah, I'm just going out there, have fun.
Tell me about your car. Is there, other than the tires, what else have you done to the vehicle in order to perform well?
So it's a Audi R8 V10, and it's fully guided. The car is pretty light at this point for what it is, and suspension work, some aerodynamic work. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, George. We look forward to seeing you in the last session. Hope you go, a little faster than this morning. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
That's George Zhao right there. He's been running with us for a little bit now. It's nice to see he didn't just bring an R8 to Time Attack. He actually took the car he's been tracking, and he's been putting work into it. It is gutted. It does have good suspension work on it. Obviously, aero components front and rear. Like Marcus said, he has no problem cutting into this car.
Yeah, that's always so impressive to me to have an R8 and then essentially cut into it, do it to it, add splitters, add wings, make the car faster. I love that. I love a guy who's actually able to, big off. Oh.
Okay, so as you guys saw, he was really far to the right there, and the off is not what I'm worried about damage-wise. He went into those cones at like 90 miles an hour.
He went airborne. He hit the berm, and he went airborne.
Well, he seems to be driving under his own power, which is fantastic. Those cones have probably seen better days. But I actually don't see the front end dragging. We'll take a quick look at him when he comes in here through the hot pits. We'll see if we see any damage. But realistically, he may have gotten away with that one.
Yeah, it's just sad, though. He was a 154.0. He did do a 154.5. So he was closing in on his fastest lap. Looked like he was just honing it in. And, well, as per Time Attack rules, he pushed it a little bit too far.
We were able to catch a sneak peek there of that gentleman coming into the pits. He went into the coal pits and back to his pit spot. But funny enough, I don't see any damage on the front of that car at all.
Yeah, that's definitely some superb building there. The splitter, everything looks still intact. And, man, he got a little bit of air coming off hitting that berm.
I'm sure he's going to have some marks for wherever those cones hit, and I'm sure there's some good scratches underneath. But that car looks like it could go back out. Obviously, they want to get it checked out. Things can be damaged without knowing. Like, I'll go back to Sun Vo. The reason Sun isn't going back out is one of the rear arms is bent.
Ooh.
I mean, he ran a 54 NA.
Yeah, that's such an impressive time.
But he was... The downside of pushing these cars, if you guys watch any other forms of racing, there's a lot of tracks where the teams will tell their drivers to avoid curbs. Well, they don't tell them that in qualifying. And all Time Attack is qualifying.
And we're coming to the checkered flag for Session 8, Group 3.
Here with Krista, who is driving that new Corolla. How do you feel about driving that on the track?
She's been definitely fun. I did practice on Friday just to test to see how she would do. Took her out yesterday, did a couple PBs, so I'm happy with that. Today wasn't so great, but that just comes down to me having some fear issues going off, so hopefully we'll fix that down the line and see how that goes.
And that confidence will build. I mean, just so everybody knows, this is her first official competition. So she came out to GTA for her first time today, this weekend, to be here to get those PBs yesterday. So how are you feeling? You know, I know you said today wasn't as good as yesterday, but what did you do in order to get that car to that speed yesterday? How did you feel? Like, why wasn't your confidence there this morning?
Well, first session out, I went off two-wheeled, so that kind of threw me back into my fear shell. So I didn't want to necessarily push the car as much as I should have. I did build it the last session, so I got close to what I did yesterday. But still, obviously, I want to get better and do better than I did yesterday. But it is what it is. It's a learning session. It's a learning experience, and I'm happy I was able to take her out and get some exposure for our third pedal brand and for GR movement. So that's nice to know.
Absolutely. And that Corolla, is that stock, or did you do anything fun to it?
She's got RSR suspension. She's also has Sabre Designs carbon fiber lip kit, upgraded intercooler by Jackson Racing, and raised wheels, obviously. And then I have Michelin Sport Cup 2s that are on the Marizo, which are definitely a great tire for track, especially for this car. So, but she handled very well this weekend, and I'm happy about that.
Well, I love to hear it. Love to see women in racing. You're one of 4 here today.
Definitely.
So thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you at more of these events.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
So welcome to National Geographic. I would like to take you to Buttonwillow's personal coyote. We have been fighting this guy all weekend. So obviously we're not going to send cars out on track when a coyote can run out on track. The track officials themselves have been doing a good job of wrangling him back out, but this is still their natural territory. He's going to make a quick little bolt for it. We did learn how fast coyotes are. We saw the trucks herding them over to the side, and I'm not kidding. When that thing hit VTEC, it was gone. And back into the orchards he goes for now. We'll catch him a little bit later. I'm sure he'll be here for our award ceremony. Spirit of Time Attack Award and all.
All right, we're back with Group 2 letting out. We have a last final session for Group 2 and those drivers within. We got the final Group 2 session going on right now. Green flag.
This will be their final session for the day. Group 2 and then Group 1 follows. We have a couple people here who have been setting personal bests every lap. Trying to see if anyone here is in contention for the podium, but I think a majority of those are going to be in Group 1 for Street and Limited class.
Well, we got Mike Reyes. He's in 4th place right now, less than 100th down, so he's got a lot to gain. Jarrell, and then we got the Hung brothers, and then we got Mike Reyes. They are all within a short period of time away from each other, and they are going to battle in this final session. All in street class, all vying for 2nd, 3rd in the podium. This is going to be tight.
This almost looks like frozen tundra up here. This is kind of a weird shot to me. It does not snow here.
But it's very interesting if you go off and that sticks all over your car.
That's the silt I'm talking about. That's the stuff that doesn't go anywhere. If you go to Buttonwillow one time, I promise you 10 years from now you find dirt in your car from it. It sticks to everything.
Always. Always and forever. All right, we got Jarrell coming around for his first hot lap. Ooh, that's a big puff of smoke.
I mean, was it really smoke, though?
He's still slow down. Break it.
Well, he may be getting offline for this gentleman that's flying by him right now. Yeah, I think he just went over either a little patch or it might have been a puff of smoke, but he got right up to speed to get through the corner right there to make sure he didn't block someone else.
All right, Mike Reyes did a 151.4. Still not enough, but he is close. Let's see if he can get anything going on his second or third. The Hung brothers were able to lay down a 152.4, not improving on their previous lap time of a 151.0, but still in the hunt. Daniel Geraldo in that Lexus ISC going around trying to get his best lap time here. We'll see if he's able to do anything there. He did a 158 to start, but he's way off the pace from his 153 earlier, so he's going to have to pick it up quite substantially. Looks like Jarrell is pulling off. He looks like he is done for the session. Well, it looks like he's actually pulling into the hot pit, and he's going to have his team go check out those tire pressures and make some adjustments. Maybe we'll get to see him try to run a little bit faster of a lap. Coming in, and they're going back out. Same with Jarrell. Looks like they're both on the same strategy of coming in and getting those tire pressure checked out, unless they're going to turn around here at the end. But I believe they're going to go back out and try to woo us with another sweet hot lap.
You're very easy to woo, Mark. That's the problem, right?
I am. I'm a sucker for a hot lap, baby.
That's the only thing he's a sucker for. Cold lap, cold dinner. I mean, whatever you got going, he'll show up for it.
I am. That's too true of a statement.
Been around for a minute,
See
Mark.
this sweet wheel-to-wheel race we got going on right here?
The question is, it's bumper to bumper, actually.
I don't think that's the quickest way around the racetrack in terms of time attack lap.
I know him. He always goes on the outside. He went the inside. Okay, that's a terrible reference. 99% of people are not going to get that. If you get that reference, you ice cream. This is Group 3, Session 8, guys. Group 3, Session 8. I know we're joking around a little bit, but most competitors have used up a good amount of their tires and time. The attrition at these events is always high. When you're talking about high-strung race cars and high-strung drivers, at the end of the day, they will give it as much as they can until they can't give anymore. But at a certain point, if you're out of tires and little things are going on, there's no reason to put wear and tear and Jaeger your engine, blow your engine.
I am completely against this statement. I say go out and run your fastest lap time no matter what. I don't care. You can go out and push. As a driver, there's always something to gain. Just my 2 cents, Cuban.
That's all you have left. That's all you have left after your Brave program.
I'm hoping that someone talked to someone else and said, hey, I got some lines I want to show you. Let's go out and do me a lead follow lap, and then we're going to see them break off and run some really fast heaters.
I feel like the heaters are done for those folks, my friend.
I have confidence. I have confidence in these guys.
What about your boys with the steering wheel, though, that's coming through Sunset right now? Boss?
Boss. He is a man of his word. He pushes to the very end.
That was a 5:03 lap, Mark. Yes, I know that means he was in the hot pits and talking. You didn't have anything to say. He was shook. I got him shook with right Boss on another hot lap. Boss is here to run full time, like you said. They're going to come in. They're going to get set up. That is dirtying bus stop supremely there. That right there was I don't know how you explain that. That when you go off 4 tires so calmly, that's almost as if you didn't expect to make the corner. And you get what I'm saying, though, but that's an issue to me only because that means you could have made the corner and kept going. That was the most boring 4 off I've ever seen in my life. No counters here, nothing. You need a little more.
He just drove it like that's the line where it's supposed to be.
Well, I guess to some people, off-roading is dope. I gave up that life when I sold my first Tundra back in the day.
All right, we got Boss going through.
See, that's
there
the
we
line.
go. That's pushing, baby.
That's sending it with some love.
Mr. Reyes is leading the charge right now with a 151.4. Still not improving on his time as of yet, but very close. 0.4 off.
It's funny because in the car, the S's seem a lot straighter, and this left doesn't seem as severe.
That's true.
Yeah, honestly, in the car, you really do feel like you're going straight through the S's.
Yeah, the S's do pretty much turn to a straight line. That last left-hand turn really feels like the only
feels
real
like a
turn.
45, right? If like less than that. It feels like a little 30-degree kink, but looking at it from the air, you can really tell it's a serious corner. ISC with 158.716. BMW with a 202.169. So the IAC did pull away from the BMW.
Yeah, they're still just way off their pace from earlier on. So they just.
I feel it's weather, man. It's still warm outside. The sun is still out. It's going to be very difficult for these drivers to set faster lap times.
151.381. He did improve on his lap time in this session, but still not on his overall. Great effort, though, from Mike. ISC's looking pretty sharp coming through. Getting a nice turn in. Let's see how his bus stop turns. Nice edge right there. That looks good.
Jarrell Natividad still sending it through bus stop. It's good to see he's going to push as hard as he can for as long as he can. His fastest time this session is a 155.831, which obviously is 5 seconds off the pace. Would you think he's pushing it to the edge there, Mark?
I definitely think he's pushing it to the edge.
Fantastic.
Oh, we almost got to see him go through.
Do you think he made the beacon?
The beacon, he's not hit the beacon yet. He will hit the beacon later.
Mark is the king of edging to beacons. What he will tell you is on his AEM dash, because he ran that kind of technology, it is called a beacon, but the average consumer, the average racer, everyone who is doing this for...
if you use an old AIM system, it has a beacon on it.
Did you hear what you said, Boomer? If you use a system from 2000 flat, it's called a beacon.
Set something out on the track.
That is absolutely going to be the checkered flag for this session. Boss Racing ending at a 151.381. They're ending at a 151.381. The Wong brothers, cousins, they're at a 52.454. Jarrell Natividad at 53.159. Still about 3 seconds off the pace of his fastest lap, but still for him to do a 53 after this entire event, I believe on the same set of tires, that's super impressive. Mr. Geraldo at a 158.604. Lou and Chan at a 59.123. And Robles and Peterson at a 201.208.
This is it. Like I say, Cody competitors are coming out supporting the event this weekend. 19th year, Finals 17 at Buttonwillow, week after Finals.
We're down here at the final session of Group 1.
This is Group 1, Session 8. Mark, Group 1, Session 8. This is the final session here at Global Time Attack Finals, the 19th annual finals here at Buttonwillow Raceway Park in beautiful Buttonwillow, California. Look around. This is what you get in this area. Okay, all jokes aside, this track is incredible, though. People have come here far and wide for longer than I've been doing this, longer than Mark's been doing this, both driving and enjoying, because this track is incredible. We do have 4 cars out on track. I see Clayton Yates. I don't know the name of the Porsche driver. Mark, go.
That would be Will Montano Curry.
I thought Will was in the red one.
No,
he's in the gray one. Fantastic. Then we have George Zhao, Audi R8.
Audi R8. And then we have Thomas Smith. And now we have Tim as well. Tim Shepner. He's out there in the Evo, taking up the rear. Looks like he's got himself a solid gap there to be able to get a solid hot lap. I'm really surprised that Craig Coker decided to take this session off, considering I think this could be the one.
Well, this would be a good session. The temperatures are down. It does feel better, but I think Craig was at the end, right? I think no matter how you looked at it, he knew he wasn't going to get more lap time out of it, so he just did one more session for the sake of doing so.
So this is very, very interesting. We got these two guys coming right up each other, and guess what, guys? This is for position. This is for everything. These guys are fighting for the win in limited class. This is Clayton Yates and Will Montano Curry, and they are within a tenth of each other. Will is treating this like a wheel-to-wheel race as he's pressuring Yates into the corners. I wonder if Will's just trying to see if he can give him anything to push and maybe get a little drag reduction going down the straightaways.
I don't know, Mark. You've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. It's disrespectful. We put you out at a gap, you hold the damn gap. To be up someone's ass the entire warm-up lap and then to push them through the final corner like that, tell me who that benefits.
Yeah, it is a very strange strategy, Cotton. Definitely a situation where I don't know what Will's thinking here.
Again, disrespectful. I would black flag him in a heartbeat if I had the power to do so, but that's not on me. So this is Time Attack, guys. Period. This is Time Attack. If you want a wheel-to-wheel race, go do it at a wheel-to-wheel series. This is Time Attack.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting one to ask Will some questions on that later. Got Thomas Smith going through bus stop. He's pushing hard. He's really giving it down, and he's going into Riverside. Nice shot here, a bus stop of Tim Shepner.
Man, it looks like Tim is not pushing.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is he took that corner very slow and in a lower gear. It does look like the guys at Project Import got their car together, though. So they ran into a small issue in practice. I don't have a specific for you, but they had to replace the crank in their engine.
Yeah, small, super small.
It does look like the Porsche is getting black flagged, by the way. The Porsche is getting black flagged. So he needs to come in this lap and he needs to have a conversation because that is a hard no-go.
And Yates is off the pace with a 148 from his 145.
Well,
He
I
is
mean,
still
did you
in
see
first
his
place.
exit through sunset? It was compromising. It's not. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. It's both sides. Clayton could have let him by way earlier. It's pride versus pride, right? But at the end of the day, the lead car gets to set the pace.
That is a true statement. I've definitely done that plenty of times. Now, I will say, every time I did, I was in the lead in the Subaru, I definitely seemed to go faster than most cars. I actually would give myself a gap to the guy behind me a lot of times.
Absolutely. Now, here we have Tim, what I think is going to be the start of his actual flyer. This is Tim Shepner. He did a 2-minute warm-up, which, some people have never done a 2-minute period. So he did a 2-minute warm-up lap, and we know that's a warm-up for Tim. Let's see. I think he's really holding it all together. The Project Import car going down the front straight. Whatever they did to put that motor back together with a new crank is absolutely working. It's under song. It sounds great. Thomas Smith, a 49.209. He's in the 48s. We know that.
Still a solid lap, especially on the sense that he's been on the same tires throughout the entire weekend. It's going to be very difficult for him to run a faster lap.
Absolutely, but you never take it away from him. He does look like he's not at speed, so he's smart. He's cooling him down right now. He's doing a small little cool down lap. He is by himself. He probably won't even come in to do pressures. He'll probably just go as slow as he can, possibly come in to let the car cool for a second, then go. Now, here's Tim going through bus stop. That is significantly, it's better. It was absolutely better than his last lap. It's almost like that corner is his, Achilles heel.
It is. It's definitely his nemesis at this track. We got Project Import coming in now. They're going into bus stop, going to go in hard. And now we're looking over at Yates, starting his next flyer.
Yep, that was a 156, so he was cooling down with zero doubt right there.
Going through Riverside with Project Import, looking good, solid. Definitely don't see any smoke, so that's always a good thing on that fresh rebuild.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, those guys are going to do whatever it takes. They've had the do whatever it takes attitude forever. It's a team that loves this sport, and it is sad that they had a small failure in practice, whatever it was. It's sad to see, it's sad to hear, but at least they're back out there. That's actually Christian Wong driving that car right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I wanted to tell the story about this car, but it wasn't out. So Amir was supposed to drive it. Y'all know Amir. Amir was supposed to drive the car, but he actually got tagged in to drive a GT4 AMG car at Sebring this weekend. And it's kind of hard to turn that down. There's Clayton Yates going through bus stop again. Thomas Smith with a 49. Tim Shepner with a 49.
Thomas Smith starting another hot lap right now.
He's starting a flyer. So, yeah, that's Christian Wong, study tune. He's part of Amir's team. He's been helping for a very long time. And Christian is a very competent driver. With the first lap he's ever done in this car at a 155.043.
Sweet.
Obviously, very confident driver, very good in the car. I'm sure if he had an entire weekend to figure it out, we would have seen some really incredible lap times. But more than anything, it's great to see that he's made it out there and he's done it.
Yeah, that does put him into 7th place overall in Unlimited class.
That's not bad at all. It does look like Tim may be going for a cool down here. This doesn't look like it's at full song right now.
Yeah, the interesting part is Thomas Smith is on a heater right behind him, so he's going to be coming up through here and going into Riverside, and he's going to be catching Tim. So we'll see how this all plays out.
Yep, we'll see how Thomas takes this corner. Thomas really takes care of his tires. Clayton Yates, a 146.988. Being followed through bus stop is the Project Import car. Christian has no problem taking that corner. It was really conservative, to be honest. He had good speed. Didn't even use the whole track. It looks like that car could carry a lot of speed through bus stop.
Absolutely.
It does look like Will is back out on track in that Porsche. He was black flagged. I'm sure they had a quick discussion with him, and he's back out there ready to set a flyer. Don't get me wrong, the red mist is there, man. We've all been on track. We all want to go fast, but this is a competition. You got to respect the other people around you.
Absolutely. Looks like Thomas Smith had a little compromise at sweeper going into that, depending on how wide he was going to take it. Him and Shepner are back there in the S's now, getting ready.
They're both trying to get out of each other's way right now. Everyone's on a cool down right now.
That was a luge patch.
Clayton Yates going through bus stop. A little sideways, a little opposite lock. It looked really good, though. That's someone who's confident in their car because he was at opposite lock the moment he went over the bump. He knew which way the car was going to go. He corrected it before it got sideways.
Yeah, that was a really smooth drive from Christian there.
Clayton. Here's the Project Import car in its second lap. Let's see what Christian can do in it. It's a 53.
So we got Thomas Smith coming off track, and we got Shepner going in through the hot pits.
Clayton Yates within a second. His car is very consistent, 46, 47, 46, 47. It does look like we may see this third lap be even faster for Project. They did a 55, then a 53. Let's see if he's a little more confident through bus stop. He used up a lot more of the track. Absolutely.
And you can tell he's watching that arrow, too, on the inside clipping point there. So he's not hitting it, and he's allowing the arrow to do its work. Will, on the other hand, he just used all the outside. Looks like Yates is on a cool-down lap.
I do want to see. Let's see if on this third lap, I mean, I know it's asking a lot, but Christian Wong did a 55 to a 53. Let's see if he can put it in the 40s. He's gaining see, that's what gets me, right? He's gaining confidence, so much of it every lap. Imagine what if he had the whole weekend in this car.
Oh, absolutely. That's already moved him up into 5th place in the Unlimited already.
149. What did I tell you?
That puts him into 4th place.
Yep. Big from Christian. Honestly, this was his one session to get it done, and he got it done. He's still got a little bit of time left, but I'm sure at this point he's going to have to cool the car down. This is an unlimited build. I don't know what the alignment specs are on it for Christian. We don't know any of that. It could have been very conservative to allow him to beat up on it for a while, but they put the motor together all through yesterday and today and did a 49. I think he's on the cooldown lap. Yeah, he seems to not be at speed through Cotton. It does look like Tim came in and he's ready to set another flyer.
Absolutely. He's cruising through Riverside, and then he's going to get ready to pump it up. I'll be interested to see if they try another lap in this car.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be very cool if they did. Maybe he's going to cool it down. I'm sure the team would like to look at it, to be honest with you. You just did 3 flying laps in a car that hasn't ran all weekend. Absolutely. It'd be really nice to just take a quick gander at it, I'm sure.
Make sure, the oil's still inside of it. All right, as you can see, the guys are coming back through Sweeper right now. They're going to go through the S's, and we're going to see what they're going to do, if they're going to pull into the pits or if they're going to try for another hot lap. Tim Shepner, he is on another hot lap. He's going for the gold right now.
Yeah, he definitely did a cool down. He came in, his team took a look at it, and now he's working.
Looks like Project Import's going to be on another drive.
He looks like he calmed it down. Well, that doesn't look full stop.
He's letting the wheels go by. Going to do another cool down lap.
If he's got the fuel for it, send it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure the cell isn't tiny. I don't remember off the top of my head the size, but this thing goes up Pikes Peak.
Yeah,
right?
It goes up Pikes Peak, so I'm thinking it definitely has the fuel to be able to do a few laps out here.
Ooh, Tim went real wide and caught. He made the mistake everyone makes, right? He was unwilling to compromise Cotton corners for the exit. He was trying to gain the few tenths there, which causes you to lose the seconds everywhere else.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a bad end to his day there. But let's see if he pulls it in or if he pulls in and tries to go back out. I don't know if we have enough time for that, though.
I think we do. It's 13 minutes into the session. The session's 20 minutes long.
I'm hoping to see at least one more hot lap from that Project Import car and see if we can...
okay, so he did a 49, so he's going to do a 45 now. I pulled some BS out last time, so can I be right twice? Buy lottery tickets later?
He's already up into 4th, so he's getting narrowly closer to 3rd by every step that he takes.
What is 3rd place?
3rd place is 1:47.9.
He needs 2 seconds. He picks up 2 seconds, he's got 3rd place.
I mean, if there's a time for a high boost, I think this is a time to tell Christian to crank it up. It is cheating. Looks like Shepner's coming into the hot pit. I wonder if he's going to try to clean it up and go back out or not.
He has to come in. He went 4 off competition rule.
Absolutely.
He went completely off on Cotton. Now, hopefully the car's good. There was a lot of scrapey, sparky going on, but he does have titanium skid plates on that car, so it does make sense.
Yeah, and all the
it does
aeros
look like
still
the
intact.
Project Import car's coming in also, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully they can just check it over. He has time. They have time to go back out. If you guys are listening to this and you're in the pits, let them know they have time to go back out.
Yeah, Will's also in the pits now, so it looks like all competitors are off track. We're going to see if Tim or Project Import goes back out. See if Christian wants to take another stab at it.
That's a very excited team right there, as I'm sure you could tell. That's a lot of hard work put in to not be able to run a lap. So to see that come to fruition, to put a motor back together and then all of a sudden run a 49, man, 55, 53, 49, Christian really laid down some laps. It does look like they are done, though. They did have some time left, but maybe they don't have the fuel, or maybe, truth be told, they saw something that they didn't want to push again.
Yeah, it looked like Shepner had his hood off there. They were checking that out, so we'll see if they're going to let him back out again.
I felt so drained from yesterday that I was like,
It looks like the only person going back out is Tim Shepner. So I'm sure Tim's going to do one more flyer. He's not going to end it on a low note. He wants every opportunity to go fast, and then that'll be gone.
So just a little bit of pressure here on Tim with all eyes on him. He's the only one on track. He's ready to roll. He's going to go out, do a warm-up lap, make sure everything's good with the car after his 4-off experience, after his team has checked it out and give him the go-ahead, and then he's going to push it to the max. So Shepner's going into the sweeper right now, going through the S's. He's getting those tires warmed up, making sure the fluids are good. And then we're hoping to see a really nice flyer out of Tim here.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, this is the line here. So, yeah, I guess it is. The turn looks more severe than it is, all because we're lined up all the way to the inside when we started always. So the thing about that corner is it's matted, right? It's wide open throttle. Doesn't matter what class or what car you're in. It's wide open throttle.
Well, here goes some wide open throttle for you right here, Cuban.
Car sounds great.
Singing
Full song.
Woo-hoo.
He did have a cracked manifold earlier, which he obviously got fixed here. Someone welded it up for him, so it's good to see him flying. His brake zone has been consistently further and further every session, so he's gaining faith. He's driven the track many times. He's just not a local. He's from New Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go into Button Hook. This is the slowest part of the track. This is a very important corner to get right in terms of the drive out of there. You want to get out of there as fast as possible, considering that it's a very slow corner.
This is what they call I-5. This is where a lot of people make mistakes, right? They want to carry speed. You can diamond this corner, carry a lot of speed, but then you kind of hurt yourself on this. So Tim's going to want to stay outside there, come inside, and track out as much as possible in this right-hander. Now he can be matted, right? Now it's wide open throttle till bus stop.
That's where he made his previous mistake. He did not make that mistake again. Now he's going into bus stop. Very aggressive, very hard. Let's see how his bus stop turns. Pretty conservative through bus stop as an overall.
I would agree. It was a very conservative corner, but at the end of the day, he's not trying to lose a lap. I feel like that was left foot right there on the brakes because I heard him still at full song. So that was a tap maybe to stabilize or make sure he had brakes ready to go.
I was imagining he's trying to use that front, that brakes to get the front down to get a good turn in there.
Very possible.
Nice
There's also
Hill
the people
shot
that'll tap the brakes with their left foot under wide open throttle to make sure the pedal is there for the next hard brake zone.
Here's a really interesting corner sweeper. He's going to dive in. Yeah, he's going for a late apex. And,
that apex is later than expected.
Yeah, that was a little deep. He was pushing hard, guys. He was giving it his all. He was trying to make this lap really count. That is a very tricky corner right there. There's no real reference points, so he was unable to get the car slowed down in time. But we really applaud Tim for going out there and pushing to the max and trying to get that lap time as low as he possibly could.
That would have been the hero lap right there.
Absolutely.
That was the hero lap. So much respect to him and all the competitors. That is going to be the end of Group 8, Group 1, Session 8. That is going to be the end of Global Time Attack Finals here at Buttonwillow Raceway Park. We still have a minute or two left, but I do not see any competitors out. I think my guys are scanning to double check. I take it back, guys. I take it back. So this session's still live for a few more minutes, and the Project Import guys have gotten the car fueled up and ready to go out. So they're going to get at least one more lap out of it.
Okay, so these Project Import guys, they showed up, they ran practice, they ruined an engine. Now they came back, they fixed that engine, and now they're going to get the track all to themselves for these final minutes. So we get to watch what Christian can do in Project Import.
All he has to do is go faster than the 47 in third place, and he gets a podium.
That's a true statement. That is definitely something I know is going to be on his mind. All right, Christian's going to get out there. He's going to warm up these tires. We're going to see him kind of making sure he's choosing his lines wisely, getting everything prepped and ready. For obvious reasons, he's going to evaluate this track. It's been a growing entity all throughout the day. There's definitely some things that have changed with the different dust and explosions of the other things that have happened, so there's going to be a little bit of grit and grind throughout the entire track. He's going to go out and he's going to pick the different lines that are going to work best for this car, keeping in mind he's only got a few laps on this car, so this isn't something that he's been tried and true in. He's been running for years. This is going to be a completely new setup to him, so it's going to be a difficult one.
If you didn't hear what Mark just said, this is his first time driving this car. He was being tested in a seat, I believe, yesterday. You know, they took out the bigger seat. They put in a smaller seat because Christian is not of USDM size. And he's here, and it's incredible. And he was, they made it halfway through practice day. He got sent out. We gave him a little gap, sent him out, and he was not able to finish a lap because of a fatal error, right? Not on him. It was the engine. It had a catastrophic. That's not fatal, boys. Catastrophic.
Here we go.
But this is Christian, obviously very comfortable in the car. He's already run a 49. If he does a mid to low 47, that's a podium.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be hunting for this podium, and it's going to be a very difficult one to get. But I think if anybody's going to have it, it's going to be Christian. I know Ryan's sitting back, biting at his teeth, biting at his fingernails, hoping that Christian does not get it. But one of those situations where Christian is a man, he is a man of fortitude, and he will go for it. He is definitely going to be putting the heater down here. As he goes through cotton corners, he's getting a little squirrely back over there. As we come up through truck stop here, he's on it. It's going well. looks like he was lifting a little bit there. He's getting a little squirrely.
If you're watching through truck stop, on the turn-in, the car just came out on him. I'm sure the tire temps aren't where he expected. He just did 3 hot laps, right? So there's a really good chance he thought they were still warm in his mind. He would be able to turn in and brake in the same spot. So if he's smart, he hasn't seen a checkered yet. What he's going to do is he's going to work as hard as he can to get back around as quick as he can to be able to start another flyer with some temps in the tires.
All right, looks like Christian's going to start another hot lap right here. Looks like his pit garage are asking him to be black flagged, so he has been black flagged. He's going to be coming in.
Man, that was anticlimactic, guys. Okay, so the team must have seen something on data. There must have been something on radio. They must have been seeing something, but the team ran to the flagger and told him to black flag. We were all, lost for a second, hands up, wondering what's going on. So whatever happened, the team said black flag him. They're bringing him in, so that's going to be the end of the event, guys. That's Global Time Attack GTA Finals. Huge shout out to Project Import and Christian Wong and Kit Lee and their entire team. You're never going to meet a team that's going to work harder to get a car done. So once again, big shout out to them. Christian, we know you don't have any laps in this car. Mad respect to you, man. You really put in the work. 55, 53, 49, guys. 3 laps he's done in this car. Anyone, I want to meet anyone who's come to Buttonwillow, done 3 laps and done a 55, 53, 49. Huge on them. I want you guys to stick around. Award ceremony coming soon. I will get these scheduled up for you so you know right when the awards are coming out, and we'll see you guys in a few for the awards. Once again, thank you so much to everybody that's been tuning in. Thank you so much to all the fans. Thank you so much to everyone here at Buttonwillow Raceway Park. GTA Finals, 19th annual here at Buttonwillow Raceway Park. If you're around next year, I highly recommend it. We're going to make the 20th a frickin' party.
Are you ready? Because I am.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU. The performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Like they consider every lap. It's a nice watch. Don't forget to tell me when you go. The winner of the eliminated fastest car on track is going to get this watch. Okay? So let's get some love first. Let me get some love for two people in Enthusiast class. Please don't come up over here. With a 206, 131, El Capacito with a 5th place on the GR86. Great job. In 4th place with a 203, 509, Great job. So let's just close out time. 3rd place, and he reset the record in the middle of the event, and it was taken from him after. Mr. Christopher Rosales with a 155. He held a record for a whole session. Great job out there, Christopher.
It's a white line. It's a white
All right. In 2nd place, worldwide record with 154.851, Mr. Jonathan I'm just ready to go. And with a new Enthusiast worldwide record in a new class, overall record with a 153.952, Mr. Jeffrey T.
Ooh, fuck me, bro.
Yo, Darrell, where your shoe at? Hey, you want to go back to the train?
Darrell, you gotta do it for GR movement.
Represent.
I know that shit stinks.
Toby's got some race shoes on. We're good.
Got race shoes.
Yeah, we're good. Watch out, watch out! Good time. We got two honorable mentions. This class was very close, guys. We were 151-117.
Is there any?
Second place, someone that's been with us for a little bit, moved his way up to the range with a 150, 345. Mr. Durrell to the guy. You say you don't even need a transponder. You don't even need a transponder. Shoey, you bitch! Hey, do it for the movement. Let's go.
Your movement, let's go!
Hey, Tommy, give him the shoe, Tommy! Third place, second place, relative to that. And for the lowest racer in this paddock, the man that came here by himself to get it done by himself. With a 148, 119, Mr. Thomas Smith, and Thomas Smith Racing Tour.
I guess so.
Didn't know you were there. Yo, I need you.
Another class out there, very tight. Podium got really in Finals with a 147.704, Mr. Jason Chin. Great job. Great job. First on the podium with a 146, 938.
Hey, let me get your shoe, dog.
Second place with a 145, 996. Gerald Camacho and Will Hawthorne Theory with the Porsche GT3 WR Technica.
Why are you checking it? Just getting ready. Here, wait. Show it.
You might pronounce the hard name and not the easy. Second place. And in third place with a 145, 833, yeah! Here is your limited class podium, George Dow, Will
Get him. Somebody get him.
Anyone that was watching this in the green knows the fourth place. With a 1.50, with a 1:59.961, Mr. Chris Long on the front for this. Three laps of competition is not faster than 90% of the people that have gone down this track. Much respect for Chris Long. All right, let's push on to net. Second place, probably the lowest power in the class. With a 1:55.756, Bailey Wood. That's a 300-something hour ticket. Second place, 45. Ryan Bagashell in third, Bailey Woods in second. Our first place is a historical first place for our time attack and any time attack. We have an EV winning top honors here at GTA Finals. With a 1:43.229 uplift performance, Craig Conger in his Tesla. Here is your unlimited ability, fastest car on the track, fastest in the world. Give these guys a great job out there.
Shower!
I'm not gonna do it. Thank you for coming out. I'll see you next year. And turn on your transformers. Thank you very much.
Good luck! Dude, I gotta learn from this. I watched that happen and I was like, Craig, no!
Are you ready? Because I am.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU. The performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.